popping everywhere, man. Hey, what's up, guys? Dude, I am super tired right now. Super, super tired. It's just been one of those days, you know? You hurry up and... I'm super sleepy. It just kind of hit me like all of a sudden. I wouldn't say all of a sudden, but basically within the last hour. Hey, babes. How's it going? Your wife is asleepy. I almost forgot it was Wednesday. Holy crap, man. Oh, you sleepy too? I don't think I must have slept very well last night. Or something. And Pancho was barking like super early in the morning. And right now I'm like halfway through this one episode. Even more than halfway. I have like 15 minutes left of this episode. And it's killing me to know the end of this episode. But I was watching it and I wanted to stream, so here we are. Hey, what's up, Lucy? I haven't seen you in a bit. Okay, I have to drive. My dear, I love you. Have a good stream. Thanks, baby. I love you. Drive safe. Lucy, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. What you been up to? Oh my gosh, bro. I'm always yawning, I swear. Especially when I stream for some reason. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to think. I was gonna say something, but now I don't remember what I was gonna say. That's what happens when you're like super tired. I got some blood work done the other day and I still have a bruise. I bruise so easily. And I have a bug bite. I have a bug bite and I have a bruise on that same arm. And that was from like Friday. Still kind of hurts a little bit. How are you? I know my phone was super broken, making it hard to. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Girl, you just need to get a new phone. Your phone's always broken. Andreza? Is that how you say that? Hello? If I said that correctly. Hey, what's up, Shania? Normally, Shania's the first one to say hello. And I'm surprised that my wife actually was the first one to say hello. She doesn't normally pop into, like, mid to late stream. I'm sorry I quit yawning, or I, can't stop yawning, guys. It's just been one of those days. Goodness. And I can't wait. I have 2 more days until I can have sugar again. 2 more days! I almost went a whole month with no sugar. Well, I say that, you can't completely get rid of sugar, but like no candy, ice cream, nothing that has like large amounts of sugar in it. And I miss it. I miss it so much. I'm gonna end up making a tiramisu in 2 days. I'm gonna make it on the 1st as like a celebration. I'm so excited. I got distracted by Miseducation of Cameron post. You know what? I have not seen that one yet. I haven't seen it yet. Before I streamed, I was watching so I'm trying to binge watch Elite right now. And I'm halfway through, or more than halfway through, the first episode of season 3. And I'm like, shit. Of course, like, at the very last scene is typically what you know, like, happens. Because if you watch Elite, you just kind of know that something crazy kind of happens at the beginning of each season. But I don't know, like, we know the event of what happened, we just don't know who it is. And so I'm like, shit. Because I happened to watch it right before I was streaming, so I have it paused right now, because whenever I get done streaming, I'm going to finish it. And then I kind of sort of binged watch Bridgerton. I watched it more than, like, other shows, what I typically do. I watched 3 episodes yesterday. I watched episode 6 in the morning and then 7 and 8 at night. So, because I needed to finish it. To not try to get spoilers and to, well, first of all, I just wanted to binge watch it because it was so damn good, but also the spoiler thing, so I'm glad I didn't catch any spoilers, because that's the dangerous thing about being on TikTok sometimes, or not TikTok, well, TikTok too, but I mean, I don't have a TikTok, but Twitter, because everyone talks about everything on Twitter. And so and sometimes I forget that. So anytime that I haven't watched something completely yet, or if I haven't just even watched like an episode yet, if it's a weekly one, then I have to be careful. And like, I'll jump on there and they'll say like, all I'll see is like a hashtag of the show name. And then I'm like, no. So I have to like exit out of it. So that's what happened once or twice when I saw Bridgerton, and I'm like, I don't want to know. So, I mean, I think it's very obvious that, like, you know, like, what the end is gonna be for the season 2 of Bridgerton, but, like, of course you wanted to watch how they get to that point and everything. So, you know, yesterday was very draining for me. I'm trying to think of what I did yesterday. Today was just, yeah, yesterday, I think Tuesdays, if I had to say my most busiest day, it would have to be Tuesdays. It would, like, the order it goes is Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Mondays, Fridays, Thursdays. So, like, luckily tomorrow, like, it's really chill. Like, Thursdays are so chill for me. And so Fridays aren't that bad either, but Thursdays are definitely the calmest days for me. Knock on wood. That's normally when I set up, like, appointments and stuff, too. Because I'm like, I don't really have to do that much crazy stuff for work, so yeah, yesterday, it was pretty crazy, too. I don't know, I don't really sleep that well, so I just think that, that's pretty much what it is I don't sleep that well. Moon Knight is good. Is that... I haven't really seen that much stuff on that. I know, like, of it, but I don't know what it entails, like, what it means or anything. Is that, like, a Marvel superhero type of movie? It's what it looks like from what I've, like, seen or whatever, but I could be wrong. Hey, what's up, Mikey? Let me look. I'm kind of curious. Hold on. Let me look. Moon Knight. Oh, it's a series. Wait, I thought it was a movie. Why did I think it was a movie? It looks pretty damn good, though. It's a dark, bloody series. I was going to say show. It was going to be the same thing. Huh. This kind of looks up my alley. I don't like Marvel, like, superhero type stuff, but I love dark things. So maybe. We'll see. We'll see. The only issue with that is do I need to watch, like, all of the other 50 different types of Marvel, like, movies to get it, to understand it? I mean, luckily with Hawkeye, I did watch, like, Black Widow for that, and which was good. There was a couple of things that I feel like I probably missed out on because I haven't seen, like, all the rest of the movies, or majority of the movies. I've seen, like, a couple, but what are your top 5 favorite Cobra Kai characters? Oh, I love Johnny. Johnny's probably my favorite. I love Miguel. I love Tori. Not necessarily, these aren't necessarily in a specific order. I just, those 3. I love the mom. Carmen. Oh, I love Amanda too. Oh, okay, so wait. Let me double check and make sure there's no one else, like, I absolutely love. Johnny, yes. Amanda, yes, for sure. Tori, it's weird, because I kind of had, like, a love-hate thing going on for Tori, but, I do love Tori. I can't stand, Sam and Daniel. They piss me off. So those 3 for sure. But I do love Carmen and Miguel too, but I mean, I guess that's my top 5, but my top 3 would be Johnny, Amanda, Tori. I do love Sensei Kreese too, but I wouldn't put him in my top 5 just because, I don't know. Like, he's a villain and I love my villains and everything, but I don't know. I just wouldn't consider him top 5. What did you think of this season, and are you like everyone who is saying it was better than season 1? If you're talking about Bridgerton, don't hate me, but yes, I did love season 2 way better than season 1. I know there's a couple of people who really didn't like season 2 as well as instead of season 1 or over season 1, but and I get it. I just think I wouldn't say they were 2 completely different seasons, because they were very, very similar. But there was something about this season. I feel like, and not just in the storyline, like, it's not just because of the romance. I feel like all of the actors, like, the way that the show has just been created and everything, I feel like all of the actors really, like, really delved into their characters, and just the acting was just like, oh, so good in season 2. Not that it wasn't good in season 1, but I feel like they just kind of, the actors just, it was just phenomenal. Yeah, all right, thanks for asking. You said up your alley in your response for the, and from the cold trailer, you need to watch that series ASAP. Hold on. I did watch the trailer. I'm just trying to remember what happened in it. Because I did watch it and I responded to you. But it's been over a week. Because I think I watched it, was it Tuesday night? Hold on. I need a refresher. Give me a second. I think I just need to see what it looks like real quick. I guess I could just Google it. It's like coming back to me, but hold on. I just need to see the poster and then it'll... In from the cold. Oh, yes. The mom spy. See, I knew it. I knew as soon as I saw the poster I would remember. Yes, that does look good. It does look good. I do want to watch it. It's just, we'll see if I will be able to react to it or not. But it does look really good. Moon Knight is pretty self-contained. You can have next to no knowledge about Marvel and still get it. Oh, well, that's good. Some people I feel like would get... Because anytime I do... Oh my gosh, when I did Star Wars, I got so much hate on Star Wars. And the thing is I've watched, like, all of the Star Wars movies. I just think because I wasn't an avid, like, Star Wars fan, a lot of people were upset with me when I reacted to it, and I wasn't an avid Star Wars fan, so I got hate for it. That was like one of my most hated series I've ever done. It got a lot of views, but I didn't get just, oh gosh, it was terrible. And then if I do any superhero stuff, I'm always worried that I'm gonna get a similar reaction from people because I haven't watched like all of this superhero stuff. A lot of it's because there's so many now. There's so many. And it's hard to keep track. And then also, I mean, there's a thing where not all superhero movies. So I'm not trying to be, what's the word? I don't know. Like, so not all superhero movies, but like 90 to 95% of the superhero movies are exactly the same in the aspect of there's a superhero who has a supervillain, and in order to defeat the supervillain, they have to overcome this obstacle, and then boom. That's like every superhero movie, or not everyone, but like 90 to 95% of the superhero movies. But a lot of times, if they're like dark, if they're super dark, or if they have kind of something else going on, that's what I tend to like about them. So, like I did like Black Widow because yes, she still was a superhero with a supervillain and she had to overcome an obstacle, but she had like her sister in there where she had to, like, she reconnected with her sister, and then like, it was just an amazing movie. Venom was phenomenal. I did like Spider-Man No Way Home. I haven't seen like...
Sorry, I'm still...
Shut up, Siri. I wasn't talking to you. I haven't seen majority of the other Spider-Man movies. I've seen like the old ones, like the Andrew Garfield and the... What the fuck is his name? I just all of a sudden forgot his name. The other one. Like the old Spider-Man movies. So, I've seen all those. Andrew Garfield, have not seen any of the Tom Holland ones except for No Way Home, and that one was really good too. But yeah. Hey, I also enjoyed the characters more this season. The personalities felt more multi-dimensional. Yeah, and I think that's just what I really enjoyed, especially, oh my gosh, Penelope. especially in the final episode. She just like all in was just amazing. I've always loved Penelope, and she was just amazing. Eloise was good too. I mean, all of them just did so well, but Penelope, especially in the final episode, boom. Eloise, especially in the final episode. I won't give any specifics, just in case if anyone's trying to watch it, but just, oh, it was good. I really liked the Lady Bridgerton in this season as well. I really did. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay. I needed to sneeze so bad and it didn't happen. And I was looking into the light too. It did not work. I got mad at the way the first episode of Moon Knight ended. Is it like a weekly thing? Or is it like a, where they uploaded all of them at the same time? What's your favorite Netflix show? Arcane. I answered that one pretty immediately. Arcane is probably my favorite one. I just went with my first gut instinct on that one. I really like some other Netflix shows, don't get me wrong, but Arcane was just, it was so good. I think it is because I didn't expect Arcane to be so good too. Cobra Kai is really good too, don't get me wrong. I enjoy Cobra Kai a lot. I enjoy a lot of Netflix shows, but Arcane I think is my favorite one. Hey, what's up, Jose? You should definitely react to it, please. I'll see what I can do. I kind of have a whole schedule thing going on. Generalize is the word, maybe? Maybe. I know what, I don't know if that was the word that I was thinking of, like, what's the word for, like, whenever you're, you don't want to have an opinion on something because of the way that something else is? Like, that's the word I was thinking of, and I still can't think of it. How would you rank Miguel, Robbie, Hawk, Sam, and Tori in terms of fighting ability, weakest to strongest? Oh, shit. Depends. In real life or in the show, because I know half of those characters, if not more than half of those characters, actually do fight in real life. Like Hawk. Weakest to strongest. Shit. I don't even know how to answer that. I guess strongest, I'm gonna go backwards. I'm gonna say strongest is Hawk. I'm kind of combining what I know from them in real life and the show. So Hawk is the strongest. Hawk, Miguel, Robbie. It's between Sam and Tori. Depends. If Tori doesn't, well, they're kind of very similar, Sam and Tori. If they don't let their anger get the best of them and they actually fight without their anger and, like, are smart about it, if we take anger out, and I know that's kind of hard for both of those characters, if we take anger out, Sam, then Tori. So strongest, Hawk, Miguel, Robbie, Sam. No, Tori, Sam. Have you seen Astrid and Lily Save the World? No, I haven't. I've heard of it, though. But I have not seen it yet. Most people, including myself, don't know shit about Moon Knight. He is a super obscure character, so most people are just discovering it. It really isn't... I don't know what that word is. Yeah, I don't know. Like most MCU, kind of offbeat. Well, I did like, you know, I haven't even finished it though, so it's kind of hard for me to say this. I really, really liked, I watched the first episode of Swamp Thing, and I actually really liked it, even though I didn't watch any more after that. But I really did like it because it was really dark. I love the dark stuff. I think the two light stuff or the two Disney based stuff or like anything like that is just boring to me. It's just boring. Give me some like murder and violence and like just some crazy old shit, and boom, makes for a great movie or show. Darker once a week? Oh, okay. Moon Knight airs weekly. I'm assuming it's on Disney Plus. The moment of Lady Bridgerton and the Lady Danbury cracking up together during and after the wedding was hilarious. I know. What is that one scene where they just it was after, well, it was well, they didn't, oh, I can't tell. Okay. I'm not going to say any spoilers. I just ended up reading that comment. Without giving spoilers, there's a moment where Lady Danbury just feels like she's like, I don't know what the fuck to do, and like there's just all this shit going on, and she just kind of like laughs because she's like, fuck. She like doesn't know what to do, so she just like bursts out in laughter, and then Lady Bridgerton's like, I feel ya, and then bursts out in laughter, and it was probably one of the funniest like moments. It's hard not to give spoilers. I'm not going to give spoilers unless I end up reading a comment. If I know, hopefully if I know beforehand, I won't maybe read it out loud. But, yeah. Uninjured Miguel is stronger than Hawk. Hawk lost to Dimitri. Yeah, but then he, like... It's all based off of, like... mental stuff, right? So I think Hawk lost to Dimitri because Dimitri finally got his confidence, and Hawk at the time was so down. He was so low, at like the lowest, not like he I think he didn't know he was so low, but he was. And I feel like when you're fighting, and we've seen it in the show with like every single character, whether you're angry or you're depressed or like you just have, if you're not focused, then if you're not in the fight to be in the fight, then you're not going to do as well as your opponent. So, and have you seen the latest season of Cobra Kai with Hawk? I do love Hawk though, so I could be a little biased there. Do you have any Outer Banks season 3 predictions? I feel like there's always kind of gonna be... Somebody commented on one of the videos and they were like, oh shit. Okay, so just in case this is this... I don't know if I should give spoilers or not. I don't know. I mean, kinda. I kinda have predictions. My thing is... I can't even really give my opinion because it would have to be given a spoiler away, but... I don't know. I don't know if I want to give a spoiler. That's really hard. It's really hard for me right now trying not to give spoilers. What's your schedule for Bridgerton? Every day. Except for... Okay, so... The only way it's not... how do I say this without... which one went out today? I don't even remember. 4 went out today? Hold on. It's either 4 or 5. I've already completed it, so that's how come I don't remember. Okay, 4 went out today. So 4 went out today. 5 will go out tomorrow. It's already out on Patreon. Hold on. What's tomorrow? The 31st. So 5 will go out tomorrow. 6 will go out Friday. 7 will go out Sunday. 8 will go out Monday. And that's because Legacies will go out Saturday. So it's only going to end up being one more day without Bridgerton, and that'll be Saturday. But I'm going to try and see if I can get it up on Patreon, though, so, like, people don't end up missing it. On YouTube, it'll be different, but... You just said 3. What does 3 mean? What do you make of the whole Will Smith situation of the Oscars? Oh, man. So, from the moment that because when I found out, because I didn't watch the Oscars, when I found out, I just got done recording an episode, and I was waiting on, like, I was making bagels or something, so I was, like, scrolling through YouTube shorts, and I found it. I found a YouTube short where it was a completely uncensored, like, real thing. I didn't even know there was a censored version out there, because the first one I'd watched was uncensored, and I saw it, like, the whole thing, and I was like, shit. So my opinion is I think it's real. I don't think it's a publicity stunt at all, and I never thought it was a publicity stunt. It's funny because people at my work, we all took a poll to decide on, like, what, like, because it was a huge debate at work for some reason. And so everyone's like, it's totally a publicity stunt, blah, blah, blah. But there was, like, us, like, a little group who were like, no, it's real. And I'll tell you my whole opinion on it. So, Chris Rock made a joke about her hair loss. The whole G.I. Jane thing. And everyone was laughing, including Will. Will was laughing, but I think Will was laughing because he's like, oh, like, it's, like, he's a comedian. Like, I'm sorry, a lot of comedians, what they think is funny is making fun of other people. So that's a lot of jokes from comedians. And so he was laughing, haha, whatever, because he's a comedian, you're supposed to laugh. And so he was laughing, and you could tell when it panned over to him laughing, you could see her face, and she was not happy at all. And then, so I think what happened was he was laughing, not really realizing what he was laughing at. And then he turned to look at her, and then, in my opinion, I don't think she probably said anything. He just turned to look over at her, and he saw how offended she got. And then he's like, oh, shit. Like, oh, fuck no. Like, now I just realized what happened. So then he gets up, goes over to him, slaps him in the face, comes back, and then he's like, keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth, or something like that. And he repeats it like 3 or 4 times. And a lot of people are like, but Chris Rock flinched before, like, Will put his hand up to his face. First of all, I didn't see any flinch. But second of all, if he did flinch, what did you think Will was gonna do? Like, he was up there, like, stomping and storming his way up to Chris. What did you think he was gonna do? So, you see Will Smith, like, you could see his hand, like, coming at him. So, like, of course you're gonna flinch too, because you could see this hand coming at you to slap you in the freaking face. So, I think it was real. I always thought it was real. Like I said, I still think it's real. I don't think it's a publicity stunt. I'm surprised that the Academy allowed him to get his award. That's what I'm really surprised about. I think he should have, and my thing is on that is, I think that Will was just so tired of his wife being bullied, and so was she, about a bunch of different stuff. And so, but he shouldn't have taken it to that extent. He should have just, like, talked to Chris afterwards or something. They should have handled it personally, and not publicly, and not violently. So, yeah. That was some crazy ass shit. I remember talking to Anna about it too. And she was like, oh yeah, I think it's real. And my mom thought it was real. All of us thought it was real, but for some reason, everyone I worked with swore it was a publicity stunt. And I'm like, I can see someone dying in season 3 of Outer Banks. I can too. I can see that. I think a lot of times shows, like, they get really interesting when someone dies. Miguel's back gave out. If he hit that spin kick, it was over. Uninjured, I think Miguel, he beat Hawk in the forest fight as well. I don't know. I think the next season will kind of help us see which one's going to be the stronger fighter. Well, I don't know. It depends on if Miguel's even going to be there. I don't know, but like who's the strongest fighter now? Well, you have to be more specific about your question, because who's the stronger fighter now? Miguel isn't, because of all of his injuries and stuff that had happened. If you're taking away his injuries, I mean, you can't do that because that's a part of his character. So with his injury, Hawk is going to be better than Miguel. I think he'll always have a part of that injury. And so he'll always kind of have that thing there. Yeah, he may have been better as a fighter than him before his injury, but after his injury, I don't think so. I think Hawk's, in my opinion, I think Hawk is a better fighter than Miguel right now. Thank you so much for what? Bridgerton? The schedule for Bridgerton? Hawk and Tori are dating in real life. I know. Yeah. They're cute. I think they're cute. Would you rather be a pogue or a kook in Outer Banks? I don't know. To honestly answer that question, because if we're talking about, it's almost like, would you rather be poor or would you rather be rich? Like, if I'm not thinking about that part, I think being a pogue, you'd probably have more fun and have, like, more friends that you can hang out with and stuff like that. If you were a kook, you would have more things. You'd be a materialistic person. I've never been rich in my life. I've definitely been poor. I mean, we're good. I mean, like, right now in my life, we don't live paycheck to paycheck, but I've busted my ass to get to the point where I'm at now. So, yeah, we don't live paycheck to paycheck, but when I grew up, my mom was pretty much a single mom raising 3 kids. So, we were broke. Sarah or Key? Sarah or Kiara? Wait. Okay, what's the real question? Are you asking which one am I attracted to? Which one I would rather want to be? Or which one is, like, the better character? It depends on what you're really asking. Depends on what you're asking. I thought it was staged at first, but later saw it was real. Jada said 1 minute she was fine being bald, and it suits me. Next thing, she eye rolls and looks at him as if to say something. You be in doghouse. Well, I think it's still gonna hurt your feelings, though. I still think you can be, even though you're, like, so strong. She's very independent and strong-willed, but just because you're like that doesn't mean if someone makes fun of you for a medical condition or something like that, doesn't mean it's not going to hurt your feelings. So I still think it hurt her feelings, even though she was completely fine with it. If you get called G.I. Jane and you're a bald woman, I mean, it's like, I think it's still like, it's just because she's completely okay with it doesn't give other people a right to kind of use that against her. Florida is different. Believe in conspiracies a lot more than the rest of us. Wait, what do you mean by that? I've lived in quite a bit of different places. Florida, I've lived in Florida probably the shortest amount of time. We've only been here for like 2.5 years. I don't know if that should be a compliment or an insult. I'm Wanda's new microwave. Hey, what's up? Plus, I also heard that Chris Rock didn't know anything about her alopecia. He was also saying he loved it on her. As said, love you, Jada. There is so much more going on at home, especially Jada fucking other men. Okay, so if we're gonna go there, I think, and this kind of just goes around with, I think, what I kind of say all the time. It's their life. If they have an open marriage, or if they don't have an open marriage, if they have an agreement where they can sleep with other people, who the fuck cares? Who cares? Why do we care? That's my thing. If they're good with it, if they're fine with it, if Will's fine with it, if Jada's fine with it, from what I heard, I mean, there's rumors out there. So I don't know. I remember years ago, I remember reading something where Will and Jada both said that they were in an open marriage, or what they consider to be an open marriage. So, if they're in an open marriage, first of all, we don't have to be in their sex lives and their business. Yeah, I think it's entertaining because they're celebrities, but if she wants to fuck other men and he's okay with it, who cares? You know, like, it's just, that's what I never understood. Everyone keeps putting hate on Jada, but, like, we don't actually know if they have an agreement. He keeps saying he's completely fine with everything. Whether he is or not, I don't know if that's really any of our business, but I'm not going to say it's not entertaining to watch, because that would make me a liar, because, hello. I mean, I love learning about different celebrities and, like, all of that. I love it, but I'm not going to judge them for whatever they do. DC or Marvel? Oh, that's hard. Neither? Both? They both had good movies, and both had bad movies. DC Comics, but Marvel movies, I guess. Sarah or Kiara, who are you attracted to? Probably Kiara. I think Sarah's pretty and everything. I just, for some reason, like, there's not been a whole lot of blondes that I've been attracted to. I've been attracted to a couple of blondes throughout my life, but I think I always just tend to be attracted more to any other hair color for some reason. I don't know. I think she's pretty too. I just think out of both of them, I'd probably be more attracted to Kiara. But really, if the opportunity presented itself, like, if I were to date one, okay, so really, but my thing is like, my type is older women. So, like the General Alders, or like the Evil Queen from Once Upon a Time, Lana Parrilla. Who else? Oh shit, I just lost my biggest girl crush. Lena Headey. I was gonna say Dunham, but I'm like, that's not right. Lena Headey. That's my type. That's my type. I love older women. I love them. And that's really my type. So it's not even like I don't really have an attraction for like I've been attracted to all different shapes and sizes of like women and everything. So it's just mainly older women. Hey, what's up, Roman? Yeah, but Demi Moore didn't have that condition and it really suited her anyway. What condition? Oh, do you mean she didn't have the condition, but did she go bald at one point? I don't remember. I don't remember if Demi Moore did that. I don't think Will is fine with it, to be honest. I know he slept with other people, but Will is a very jealous guy. Yeah, but that's his decision to stay in that marriage or not. It's no one else's. If he's truly unhappy, then he has to deal with it. If he is happy, then he's happy. If he's not, then he has to deal with it. He has to make his own decisions. I don't think it's on any of us to judge what they do with their marriage. Shit. Marriage is hard, let me tell you. Marriage is fucking hard. My marriage isn't, like, perfect by any means. Hard. Fucking hard. We've had our rough patches. But I think it comes down to you have to be, like, as an individual, you have to know whether you're happy or not. And also, like, if you love the person. Both of those. And then decide from there. Did you see the red table where she was talking about her affair and his eyes were red, watering, and he looked like his soul left his body? That man, that is a broken man. It's up to him. It's up to him. It's sad if he is sad. If he's honestly not happy, then I hope he ends up being happy with whatever decision he ends up making. I think people should be happy and live the life that they want to live. And if he's not happy, then I hope he figures it out. And I think a long time ago, even before I was married, I probably were to think the opposite. I would just be like, get the fuck out, man. Whatever you gotta do. Like, you know. But I think for a long time, I only thought, like, monogamy was the only way and stuff like that. But I'm just, now that I've gotten married and been through so much, and not just in my marriage, but in life in general, I just think, fuck it. Just whatever makes you happy. And as long as you're not hurting people, as long as you don't hurt other people or yourself or whatever, do whatever the fuck you want to do. To whatever makes you happy. Do you think Miguel and Sam are in game? Do you think Tori and Robbie are in game? No to either one of those. I don't think they're in game. Miguel and Sam have a lot of issues. I don't really like them as a couple. I don't really like Sam as a character, and I think that's why I don't like Miguel and Sam as a couple. And then Tori and Robbie, I like them as a couple. I just don't know if they're in game. At least not yet. I just rewatched some of your old Motherland reactions. Oh, did you? Alopecia? Yeah, I know that's what Jada has. I didn't know if Demi Moore, based off of what Mikey said, I don't think she had alopecia, but maybe she was bald too. I don't know. I didn't know that. I'm hoping Kenny beats up Anthony Lapuso in season 5. We'll see. He probably almost did, too. I mean, easy to say get out when you are with someone for 25 years, and it is kind of hard to be like, fucking, I'm out. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Because I think you're also thinking, like, I wasted 25 years with this person, and, like, and to start all over with potentially someone new, and, like, let me tell you, the thought of change is scary. It is probably one of the scariest things that people go through, because you live your life this one way for so long, and the thought that one word, like divorce or like whatever, completely throws a wrench in your whole life and like throws you off track, and like now it's changing, but you've lived one way for so long. It's hard to steer away from that. So I completely understand. And it's also hard to know, like, are you only staying in that marriage because you've been together for so long, or are you staying in it because you know that, like, this is a rough patch, but you are, in the long run, happy and you love that person? Like, there's a lot. And I think unless you're in that marriage, in that relationship, you don't really know. Like, we don't really know. We don't know. We only know, like, whatever, like, rumors are happening and whatever we're seeing from the outside. But I like older women as well. When I was single, when coming out of relationships, some of my one-night stands and regular fun were with older women. I don't think I've ever, like dated an older woman. I've definitely, like, Anna's only, like, a year older than me. She's, like, a year and a half older than me. So she's not, like, significantly older. Wait, is she a year and a half or not even a year? She's not even a year. That's what it is. Anna's older than me, but not quite a year. It's, like, 8 months. She's 8 months older than me. So she's not, like, older. But she knows. She makes fun of me all the time because we'll watch something and, like, maybe, like, an 80-year-old woman shows up and then she's like, oh, honey. And then I'm like, shut up. But, no, I've definitely been attracted to some. I've had crushes on older women in my life, but I've never, I think usually the older women I've had crushes on were straight, though. So there's that type of situation. Demi Moore didn't have that, but she shaved her head for G.I. Jane. Such a classic. Gotcha. I figured that's what you meant. How many seasons do you think Outer Banks will have? 6, maybe 7? I think it's a good show. And I think as long as the creators do it justice, I think it can probably go for about 6 to 7 seasons. They just have to be careful not to recycle content. As you know, marriage never has interested me. Perfect example, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. Been together for decades and not married. I know. There's quite a few celebrities like that, too. But I think you can be with someone and not. I think marriage sometimes puts such a permanence on a relationship that it scares you to. Because if you get a divorce, then you have to, like, deal with lawyers and, like, get the fucking government involved and have to change your name back. And if you change your name in the first place, or, like, because we didn't change our names, but we want to change our names. We just don't like either one of our last names. So we have to basically come up with something new, and we haven't figured out a last name yet. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much to end up doing that. And because of that, does that make you want to stay with that person so you don't have to deal with all that? I don't know. I mean, my mom has been married and divorced several times. So, I mean, I've seen all that, you know. I've lived it. I've lived my mother going through 3 divorces and 4 marriages. So it's like I know marriage and I know divorce. And, you know, like I said, I think so. I don't know if some of you guys that are in here right now, I know I've talked about, like, my personal stuff and my marriage stuff before. So that you guys also know what I'm talking about when I say all of that stuff too. But do you think Kiara will end up with JJ? I kind of hope so, but also he's so like broken that I don't want her to be with him just because she needs to fix him. I think they're an adorable couple though, and I really do hope that they're going to end up being together, but we'll see. Apparently coming out to my dad was all I needed to do to get his attention. I'm sorry. That did not work for me. It did not work for me. I came out to my dad when I proposed to Anna, and I mean, it's not, but it didn't change anything. It didn't make him come back. I mean, he was fine with it, though. So at least he's not a homophobe. You know, it sounds shitty for me to say, but... Oh, well, I got daddy issues, like a lot of women. That was the same day I came out to my grandmother as well. Did I come out to my dad first, or... I think I came out to my dad first and then my grandmother, because I knew how my grandmother was going to react and she was going to make me upset, so I think I came out to her last. Either that or I did it very first, like I did it the first, she was the first one, so then I could just get it over with. That's usually what I would do, but I don't think I did it in that case. Did you hear that Cobra Kai will probably go up to season 8 and then spinoffs? I would not be surprised. I wonder, like, what kind of spinoffs, though? Like, would it be, like, a spinoff as in, like, maybe Kreese's situation? Like, his life? Would it be... You know what I would love to see is I would love to see a young Amanda. She's been through some rough shit. So I would love to see a young Amanda's life. Or maybe even like, you know what I would love to see is them getting together, Daniel and Amanda. Even though I'm not really a fan of Daniel, but it's funny because like I can't stand Daniel, but Amanda's like one of my top 3 favorite characters. So, I would love to see them, but I mean, I guess you could probably make that entertaining because he's, you know, he's been a fighter and whatever, and so that would be cool. I'm trying to think of what else I could do a spinoff with that would be, I don't know. They'll figure it out. The spinoff of Cobra Kai should be Chosen Do. Maybe. I could kind of see that. Lately, I've been getting routine good morning texts from him, and that's more than I've gotten my entire life. I am so happy for you. I have not. I heard that one of them could be a prequel series, Miyagi, when he was learning karate from his father, and then him in the war. I would love that. I would love to see something like that. I feel like Kreese or Silver could die in the last season of Cobra Kai. I could see that too. More so I could see Silver, but what I could see is Kreese having like huge character development and then they kill him off. Like, what would be some shit with that? I could totally see that happening. I don't know if Silver could ever have like a huge character development. I think he's probably always going to be seen as a villain, but I could definitely see Kreese having like some huge character development. Kreese has already been through some massive character development in this last season. So I think that they could do some more character development with him and potentially get him to completely like switch over. And then I could see them after that point killing him off. Who would play young Miyagi? All of the good, like, fighters that I know of are all, like, older that could potentially play a younger him. I don't know. They could throw some new name person in there. That would be cool if they did that. If they threw a new name, new name person in there. That would be really cool. I always want to kind of see, like, new people in something, because I want to see, like, something new, you know? I hope Silver doesn't get redeemed because I like him as a psycho. Me too. I actually do like him as a psycho. As a villain, I love him as a villain, and I don't want him to change. I don't want him to have character development. I want him to stay a villain. I kind of want Kreese to be a villain too, because he's so good at being a villain. He is so good at being a villain, but he's already... My problem with Kreese not staying a villain is he's already had so much character development, and it would be weird for him to remain a villain now, at this point. I could kind of see Daniel Day-Kim playing young Miyagi. I don't remember what he looks like. I think I know what he looks like. Hold on, Daniel Day-Kim. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought he looked like. Is he young enough? He's quite old, though. He's 53. Like, but how old are we talking? That's the thing. How old are we how young are we talking? How young would Miyagi be in that movie? Because Miyagi in the original Karate Kid was what, in his 60s, 70s? Something like that? I don't remember what his age was specifically, because it's been a hot minute since I've watched a movie. The last time I watched it was whenever I picked up this show, because my parents were like, you have to watch it, oh my gosh. And I'm like, well, let me rewatch the movies. So I did, and then I watched the show. So, that's the last time I did, too. Realistically, Silver is the only villain of the series so far. Maybe Miguel's dad could play a villain. Mike Barnes could also be a new villain. All of those are definite possibilities, for sure. I would love to have Miguel's dad actually be a villain. That would make for some great storyline. Well, Carmen also said that his dad is a villain, so we'll see, though. We know nothing about his dad so far. So far. So technically, from what we already know, he's supposed to be a villain, so... But yeah, so Silver, and then Miguel's dad, and then we'll see what's gonna happen with good old Mike Barnes. Miyagi was 62 in the first Karate Kid. Yeah, so that's my thing. If he's gonna be a young Miyagi, a 53-year-old Daniel Day-Kim, it's not that much of a younger Miyagi. Unless they CGI up his face or whatever, but then that kind of defeats the purpose. I think that they should throw a new face in there. New face, new name, whatever in there. I heard Miguel's storyline would be good. Maybe some underground fight clubs. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Dude, I'm surprised that Cobra Kai is as good as it is. Is anyone else surprised by that? Because... I mean, the movies were good, but they were kind of, because of the timeline that they were, like, made in the 90s and, like, all that, they were kind of, like, don't get me wrong, they were a little cheesy. They were good, but they were a little cheesy. So, Cobra Kai coming out, whenever it did, we think it's going to be cheesy, and it's got a slight cheese ball in there, of course, like, just a pinch. But I think it kind of needs that, because they're trying to remain... like the Karate Kid a little bit in there. So I think it needs that little pinch of cheese ball. But it ended up, the majority of it isn't cheesy. It's so good. It's so good. And I am a little shocked by it. Because I think whenever I first heard of it, well, actually, so when I first heard of it, my parents told me about it. And I'm like, really? They made a show out of it? You know... But it ended up being good, so... We'll see. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to yawn that much. But I'm just so tired. So tired. I'm trying to think. I don't even think I went to bed any later or earlier than I did last night. There are rumors of Miguel becoming bad and Robbie joining Johnny to find Miguel. Those are speculations and rumors. People think Sam is going to join Cobra Kai. What I think is going to happen is I think Robbie is going to join Johnny to go find Miguel. I don't know if I could see Miguel being bad. I think it kind of puts a thought in your mind because they definitely did that because his dad's a villain, and Carmen was talking about how his dad is a villain. So then you're like, oh, could Miguel possibly become a villain then? Because it's kind of like the whole Darth Vader type of situation. So is Miguel going to be like Luke, or is he going to end up being like fucking Han Solo and his son? You know? So, I mean, but going back to Star Wars. I don't know if Sam's going to join Cobra Kai, though. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if I can get behind that. Maybe. I can kind of see it, but I don't want to get behind it. I'm just so sick. I'm so sick and tired of Sam. I'm trying to make it not seem like it's... I'm trying not to have this weird... I wouldn't say it's like hatred or anything. But I just really don't like her. And I think it's just because she's so hypocritical. And I can't stand it. I just can't stand it. And she's a goody. She claims to be a goody two-shoes, and then she does terrible things, so. Not saying that Tori was innocent in anything, but at least she doesn't pretend to be, like, a good person. What about sooooo? I don't know how you pronounce that. Let's look them up. What do we think of it? I can kind of see that. I could see him be... He actually does... He looks like Miyagi a little bit. Like in his facial structure. I could kind of see that a little bit. He'd be good. I think he'd be good. You say little cheese ball. At least it wasn't Stilton just... Eat Adam? What? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Hey, Francesca. Still doubt about watching Bridgerton? You are? Why? Why are you doubting watching Bridgerton? How dare you? Like, okay, so, the thing about Bridgerton is I love it. I recommend it to, anyone who doesn't mind romantic things, because that's primarily what that is. Like, I wouldn't recommend it to my wife because she can't stand romantic stuff. She can't stand romantic movies or shows. So, it's not her type of thing. So if you even like romantic things, like if you have a slight, like, interest in romantic things, definitely watch it. But if you're anything like Anna, no. I heard Miguel is going to be naive in season 5, so he might be manipulated by his dad. Maybe Miguel's dad is a karate master. We need new dojo threats in the show. We do need new dojo threats in the show. I think you're completely right. I could see him being like that. I could definitely also see him being manipulated. Because his dad could be like, I never knew you existed. Your mom is like, she kept you from me. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I could totally see him being manipulated. And that's probably going to annoy the shit out of me. Just letting you know now. It's probably going to annoy the shit out of me. Is season 2 good? Yes. It's better than season 1. Simu good choice apart from the height situation. Oh, is he tall? Because Miyagi's short, isn't he? If the show is going to have 8 seasons, they need some new villains and drama because Tori and Robbie join the good side. They do. But I mean, like, so we're gonna have, fucking Silver. I was gonna say Crease, but I was like, nope, what's the other one's name? I just, like, blanked for a minute. But yeah, so we're gonna have Silver, and then, and then potentially Miguel's dad. Crease is gonna be like, from like villain to like not. I feel like the scale of like what his situation's gonna be is like Crease is like down here. This is like villain area, and then and then like over here is like good guy, and he's gonna be like. He's gonna slowly go. He's gonna go like up and down until he eventually hits good guy. Oh, is that a type of cheese? I didn't know that was a... Is that a type of cheese? I don't know. Apparently don't know my cheeses. If the show is... Oh, I already read that. I am a big, well, huge Downton Abbey fan. I think Bridgerton is kind of a mock of Downton. I don't know. I haven't seen Downton Abbey. I don't really think it's trying to mock anything, though. Even though I haven't seen Downton Abbey, I don't think it's trying to mock it. Because it is based off of a book series, so I just think it's probably going based off of the book. I could be wrong, but at least that is what it looks like in the trailers. Then I recommend you trying it out for yourself. I think you should try it. If you don't like it because you think it does mock Downton, or... Like, I just recommend giving it an honest chance. Give it a couple of episodes. Potentially give it, like, at least the first season. If you don't love it, or if you don't even like it, then there's that. But I think you should give it a chance. I think it's worth a chance, for sure. So there. You might not like it or love it, but at least give it a chance. Hopefully the beef between Robbie and Miguel ends since they're stepbrothers. Maybe Carmen gets pregnant in the finale. Oh, that would be cool. That would be cute. That would be cute. I could see that potentially becoming another issue with Robbie, though. I think Robbie would be a great older brother. But, like, he would totally be, like, he is so protective of course, like, what we've seen with Kenny. He's overly protective, and I think he'd be a great older brother. You don't know what you were missing? Love some period drama? Well, then watch I was gonna say watch Downton Abbey. Then watch Bridgerton. Bridgerton is like comedic too, so I would say it's like a rom-com. But it leans definitely more towards romance than it does comedy. But there's some characters that are, like, the queen is funny. She's funny. Lady Danbury is funny, but in, like, her own way. So she's funny because she's, like, kind of sassy, and because she kind of controls everything, so she, like, knows everything, and so that's how she's, like, kind of funny. Eloise is pretty funny. I'm always usually cracking up at Eloise. Edam, I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. Google it. From North Holland and many countries with a subtle cheese taste, where Stilton, as you must know, the one of the strongest cheeses going. I wanna try them. I'll see what they taste like. I just had some cheese earlier, and so fun fact, I'm lactose intolerant. Does that stop me from eating cheese? Nope. Because I love cheese, and it's not really gross, my stuff. So, like, my stomach burns. Like, that's the reaction I get whenever, like, I eat dairy. Is I think one day when I was streaming, I had a bad reaction, and it, like, because what it does is, because it burns so bad that it, like, knocks the air out of me, and then I have to like crouch over. And so I was streaming one day, and I don't think Lucy's in here anymore, but I think she was in here when I had it, and I'm like, hold on. And it like happens in these like weird phases or whatever. So I'll be like, it'll hurt really intense for like 2 minutes, and then I'll be fine for like 15, and then it'll happen again, and I'll be fine, and then it'll happen again. Like, it's off and on. What did you think of Killing Eve episode? Wow. So I am a week behind because Amazon Prime is a week behind. So I'm a week behind. And I don't have cable. And I don't want to pay for another thingy. Subscription. So I'm like, shit. Oh well. Because Killing Eve is the only show that I would end up watching off of that subscription. So I think it's okay, unfortunately, that I'm a week behind, but we are only 2 episodes left, and I just still don't know. This is the last season, and I feel it hasn't given me the gayness I crave so far. Yeah, I mean, like, you have the moment between Eve and Helene, but I mean, even then, it wasn't really anything. Because, like, I want Villanelle and Eve. I don't really want Helene and Eve. So, yeah, we'll see. We got a smidge bit in the last episode that I watched. So, I think that was episode 5. Pretty sure. I watch so much stuff now that I'm like, yeah, episode 5. Oh, shit. No, I was right. Okay. I was gonna say, someone was asking me about the Bridgerton schedule, and I'm like, did I mess up by telling them the schedule and I was wrong? But no, I wasn't. It just made me think, because I was thinking of Killing Eve. Did I have like a mosquito bite on my knee or something? It's going to suck that they are going to leave it to the last episode. Well, yeah. But you know that's probably what they're going to end up doing. Well, I'm lactose intolerant, but you should buy some lactose-free cheese, and also ones that are naturally lactose whey free, like Camembert, Brie, and a couple of others. I like Brie, but Brie is pretty much only good with, like, in my opinion, is only good with other things, because it just kind of makes whatever else you're eating more creamy. So I like Brie and, like, desserts and stuff. Like, I've made some cranberry and brie tarts or something one year for Thanksgiving, and they were amazing. Ouch. If not, I watched a show for Queerbait for 4 years and nothing. That's a lot of shows, though. A lot of shows have Queerbait, like Supergirl and Once Upon a Time, and I'm sure there's some others that I'm not thinking of right now, but those are the 2 massive ones that I can think of at the top of my head. Was the thumbnail hard to make? Did it take an hour? Which one? No, typically my thumbnails don't take long to make. I switched up my thumbnail. Oh wait, which one? The one for the live or my typical ones? The one for the live didn't take that long. I did change it up because the other one was terrible and it was old. It was so bad. But I'm like, I don't really know what I want to do. And then I'm like, well, you know what I could do that would look kind of cool is do like a collage looking thing. But no, I don't think it took an hour. It maybe took like, it took longer than my typical thumbnails. So maybe like 30-ish minutes, and it was mainly just trying to find the titles and then positioning them in the way I wanted them to be positioned. And then I slapped on a photo of myself, because like they always say like you should have yourself be in the thumbnail, because it'll attract people more. So then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So then I just threw in, I was gonna throw in like my typical profile picture where it's like the green stuff or whatever, but I was like, no, I'm gonna do a different photo. I need to have a new profile picture, but I hate taking photos, and I'm like, no. I don't want to go through all of the trouble of like doing a new profile picture. That's why when I used to have a Facebook, I never changed my profile picture when I did have a Facebook. Did you watch Supergirl? Did you ship Lena and Kara? I watched the first season of Supergirl. I couldn't, because I'm like, it's a freaking superhero show. I just couldn't get into it. I always try. So I gave it the first full season, and I just couldn't do anymore. Actually, I want to say I did a couple of episodes of season 2 as well. But then I just stopped. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. But I always stayed on top of it. Because I like to watch other reactors. So I always kind of, even though I didn't watch the show, I would watch like other reactors' videos of the show. So like I kind of watched the show. I kind of didn't, but I kind of did because I'd watch other reactors. So I know like I know the important things of what had happened. And yes, I did ship Lena and Kara a lot. And why they didn't make them together is ridiculous. Why did I love and hate the ending of The Miseducation of Cameron Post? I don't know, but I haven't seen it. So I don't know what you're talking about. Pretty Little Liars, Emerson. Watch it for 7 years. Jeez, can't read. 7 years, and only had them for like 3 last episodes of the last season, and then the spinoff, and they made them divorce. See, I didn't watch the spinoff. I had a feeling that they would get a divorce out because like Emerson I liked, okay, can I give a not popular opinion here? I liked Paige more because I felt like Allison just wasn't, I don't think Allison was good enough for Emily. So yeah, I think it was just kind of weird. But I mean, I kind of like them together, but I'm like, I preferred Paige. I only really ship Lena and Kara in the last season. Why? Lena and Kara had good chemistry. Not gonna lie, Lena's hot. Oh yeah, she is. She's very pretty. She's very smoking. I just looked her up the other day too, because there was something that came across Twitter or something, and I'm like, let me see what she be up to lately, and but I didn't really find a lot on her or whatever. I didn't try that hard. I was just like, cool. I just like Googled her name and like scrolled past some stuff, and that was pretty much it. Oh my gosh, no! How dare you trash Allie? She wasn't good enough. She was not good enough. I don't think anyone could change my opinion on what I think of Allie from Pretty Little Liars. So what time you off? Probably here soon. I typically go like an hour to an hour and a half. So probably soon. Paige, are you kidding? No. I loved Paige. Unpopular opinion, but I shipped Kara and Mon-El. It's because in real life they had chemistry. That's why. And so it kind of showed in their characters too. I didn't like them at first. I didn't like Kara and Mon-El at first, but then like the more and more that they were like the more and more they got to know each other and stuff like that, then that's when I kind of shipped them a little bit. But definitely not more than Lena and Kara. She nearly drowned Emily in the pool. You know what? But everyone has their downfalls. And I know that sounds shitty. I remember that too. But no, but I still, you know what? And how sad is that I still preferred Paige over Allison? Because I don't think Allison is good enough. And I feel like someone who borderline almost killed Emily is better than Allison. You know what? Then Emily needs to just go find someone else then. Go find someone else. But I still preferred Paige over Allison. You know what? But Allison's done some shady shit, though. She has done some shady shit. And some not so good things to Emily, too. I can't with you today. Paige and now Mon-El. Mon-El as in, like, because they're together in real life, so it's like, oh, it's so cute. So then, like, you kind of, like, kind of a little bit with the characters because they're together in real life, but, like, they could never match up to anything like Cara and Lena. Season 5 really had me on my toes in terms of Cara and Lena. I think it's very dumb that they didn't make them end up being together. Very dumb. I think I don't remember what season it was, but whenever, like, Lena found out and there was that whole scene where when she did tell her, even though Lena already knew, and, like, Cara's, like, bawling her eyes out, and then, like, that whole situation, that hit me. I was like, oh, shit. But there is nothing wrong with having small feet, Mikey. I have ridiculously small feet. Now, maybe not ridiculously small, but, like, I have small feet. So there's nothing wrong. You know what? I have small feet, and every person, even though they're the smallest damn things, the dogs step on them. Lex fucking bit my foot the other day. Well, it was more like 2 weeks ago, but she bit my foot. I've had them stomp on my feet. Anna stepped on my feet just earlier. I'm like, ooh, and it irritates me. It irritates me because I'm like, why? It's always me. It's never anyone else that has bigger feet. I have the smallest feet in this freaking house, and mine are always the ones getting injured. I'm a size 8.5. I'm a size 6.5. Sometimes I'm a 6.5. Sometimes I'm a 6. Depending on the shoot. Paige and Mon-El, shame, shame, shame. I didn't really like Mon-El as a character, though. He's just kind of blah, boring. I'm telling you, it's pretty much just because of the, they are together in real life. Like, oh my god, Kai. Like, if Kai and Cara were ever, like, a thing, I would definitely ship them. Because Mon-El was so boring. He was so boring. But, yeah. Never said nothing wrong with small feet. I have really small hands, too. I don't know if you guys can tell. I have ridiculously small hands. Small hands and small feet. Like, my whole family, everyone I know, they're like, you have such, like, baby hands. And I'm like, yes, I know, thank you. But, I don't know. Like, I don't mind having baby hands. It is what it is. What I meant was, every time I saw Lena on screen, I always got nervous on what she was doing. True. Because sometimes you're like, you want to love Lena, and you're like, she's a good person, she's a good character, but, like, do we really know Lena? Like, she always kind of, had, like, a slight, I don't know, mystery about her. I felt like I was Allison in high school. I was a little bit like Allison in high school. I was a little bitchy. I was a lot of bitchy. Me in high school, I was like Allison. I would say I was like Allison. My thing is my bitchiness stemmed from my being a control freak, though. That's where my bitchiness came from. I don't think I was ever, like, mean to people, but I was definitely, like, I ordered people around, and, like, I'm very sassy sometimes. Like, Anna calls me spicy. She calls me her spicy pepper. And that's pretty much what it is. because I'm very... And it's a lot because, like, I can't really control my emotions. So when you piss me off, you know. Season 3 gave Kara a literal god complex. Yeah. I'm very Spencer. I wasn't like I was similar to Spencer as in the aspect of, like, I suffered really bad from, I still suffer really bad from ADD. And so, like, whenever she had all of her stuff, like, whenever she went through that, that was kind of like the stuff that I went through too. I didn't abuse, like, the medicine or whatever, though. Not a bully, but I teased my wife because I low-key liked her. I kind of do that sometimes with people I like. I kind of just tease people in general. I think that's how you know that I like you, is if I tease you. Not like, but if you want to know if I just like you as a person, then I tease you. If I don't tease you, I probably don't like you. I've noticed a lot of times when I have crushes on people, I either act one of two ways. If I know that the person likes me as well as I like them, then I'm super confident and I'm like, I just turn into this person. I'm like, yeah, you know you want me. Mm-hmm. Like, I have that very much, like, persona when, even if I don't think that they like me, but I can tell that maybe they're attracted to me or something, then that's what happens. Even if I don't like them, I still have that persona, though. I make them a little jealous. I'm a little bit of a bitch like that. But I'm like, yeah, you can't have me because I don't like you like that. But then if I like someone and I'm not quite sure if they like me, then I get, like, I get the opposite. I'm a little bit insecure, and then I get, like, I'm like, okay, I'm sorry I bothered you. Okay, I'm gonna leave you alone now. Okay, bye. Like, it's funny, it's the opposite if I'm not quite sure if they like me or not. I had OCD, so I was a mix of Spencer and Allison. Yeah, I think that's how I kind of am too. Is a mixture of Spencer and Allison. I'm not like a, like, smarty pants like Spencer, but, like, I probably lean more towards Allison with, like, a splash of Spencer in there. My crush still hasn't figured that out. What, that they're your crush? Or that you have well, I was going to say, or you have a crush on them, but that's the same thing. I don't think any of mine really knew. Unless we ended up liking each other, then of course they knew. Because we liked each other. But, and so we, you know, you do stuff with people you like. But, with people that I didn't know if they liked me or not, then I don't know. Like I said, I'm just so, like, I feel like I'm bothering them. I feel like I do that with a lot of people, that are not just people I like, but I definitely, if I like someone and I'm not sure that they like me, then I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go. I think I put it in my mind, and I'm like, if they really liked me, they would ask me, wait, don't go. But that never did happen. I heard rumors of Mike Barnes being the father of Tori or father of Miguel. I never heard the one for Tori. I heard the one that he could possibly be Miguel's father, but I haven't heard the one about Tori yet. I think it's because I was so unhappy in school and I was such a tease. Oh yeah, I was very unhappy in high school. Like, I would never go to my high school reunion. No. I was very miserable in high school. Why would I want to go back? No. And it was in the Bible Belt, and a lot of them are homophobic, so hell nah. I would go just to be like, look at how my life turned out. I got a smoking hot wife, and I'm moderately successful. I have a Toyota Camry hybrid. Something stupid. But I'm like, no, I don't care what other people think. So, no, I would never go back. I was so miserable. Right, I'm off now. It's very late here in the UK. Oh, yes. Of course. So speak soon and good night. Good night, Mikey. Yeah, I tend to want to get a reaction out of people I like, and my crush hasn't figured out that that's why I'm doing it to them. I'm trying to think. There was one, so, there's also been a time when I had a crush on this client, and she was an older woman, very good looking older woman. And this was like a brand new coming out of the closet. And this was like, I was kind of sort of talking with Anna at the time. Like, Anna and I hadn't met yet at this point in time. And so, I had a crush on a client. I never pursued anything though. I'm a really like professional person and stuff like that. But, I worked at this place that was, like basically a mining facility. And I worked for this company where I occasionally like visited the site. And where my office was whenever I was there was basically this closet. It was basically a closet. It was so freaking small. It was, I'm telling you, like, a table barely fit in there, and they just put a couple of like file cabinets in there. It was a closet. But her office was like directly across from mine. And so I always kept my door open, because I'm like, I'm just going to keep my door open so that she knows I'm here. But so she was the HR manager, and she was dressed like professional or whatever. Well, she was super good looking in general. But then also, like, so she was super professional. So I was like, okay, cool, you know. And then she... I remember this moment because she came out of her office because she walked into her office professionally, like with her suit on and everything, came out of the office with a hard hat, a wife beater, like some dirty jeans, some like boots, and because it's a mining site, she had to go and like walk the actual site that they did a bunch of the stuff on. And so she came out looking like that, and I swear to God, it's one of those like old fashioned, like, whenever you see in a movie, whenever someone like is attracted to someone and it's like the slow motion, like whatever. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? And then like, as soon as she walked away, I'm like, I went over to my door and I just like closed my door. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I can't believe. And she was like really fit too, because she did like CrossFit and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So that's what happened to me. But I was definitely like, I would talk to her. I would try to impress her with like my knowledge of my professionalism and the industry. And then, but that was pretty much it. And then I was like, okay, sorry for bothering you. I'm gonna go. Same, never in a million years, not even if they pay me. Flirting with girls is tricky. It is tricky, though, because sometimes some girls are like, a lot of girls just naturally flirt, and like, but they'll still be straight. So you're like, shit. Like, do they like me, or are they just flirting because that's what girls do? If you won the lottery, would you go to your reunion? Hell nah. Especially not if I won the lottery. Especially not if I won the lottery. There are a whole bunch of like fucking moochers, and hell nah. No. I don't think there's anything that could possibly make me want to go back to my reunion. I'm telling you right now, like, nope. You always know when someone kind of likes you, but you are, like, flirting in code. Sometimes, but I really don't have a gaydar, so I really don't know sometimes. I'm really dumb like that. Pretty much you have to, like, tell me that you like me for me to really know if I know that you like me. Cuz I'm just clueless like that. A lot of times like when other girl, okay, like this is hopefully not going to make me sound like a bitch, but if other girls like me and I don't like them, like I'll just talk to them like normal or whatever, and then even though I know that they like me, like I said, sometimes I'll just be flirty just because I know that they like me, but I would never give them like the time of day. But that doesn't happen a lot, by the way. That like never at least not anymore. When I was younger, it happened all the time. Well, not all the time. It only happened like it happened a couple of times. Mainly it happened a lot with men, but then I didn't flirt back with men. I was just like, ew, gross, nasty. But I'm pretty, especially like I'm just really clueless a lot of times. You pretty much have to tell me. And I think because I don't like guys, that's especially because I think they thought I was like being distant and mysterious and cool, but it was in actuality, no, I really don't like you. I really don't like you. Please don't try to think it's like I'm trying to play hard to get. That happened a lot, actually, to me. A bunch of guys would always think I was like trying to play hard to get, and I'm like, no, I really don't like you. I'm gay. But anyway, well, I think that's probably it for me tonight. I'm very insanely tired. But yeah. My wife gets so mad sometimes in the hospital because there is a nurse that really flirts. Oh. Anna finds it hilarious when other people flirt with me. A lot of times because I don't know that they're flirting with me. And Anna's like, yeah, they're flirting with you. And so she finds it hilarious. She finds it so funny. And I'm like, why? And she goes, because you have like no fucking clue. And it's because you don't like them. And she's like, that's why it's so funny. And I'm like, oh, cool. Well, I'm glad that you find it entertaining. A lot of times, though, if I go anywhere out with Anna is the one that gets hit on a lot. But anyway, that's what happens when you marry someone who's, like, super gorgeous. Anywho. Alrighty, guys. Well, Legacies comes back out Thursday, so that'll be up on YouTube Saturday. Rest of Bridgerton will be out by the time I stream again. So, Francesca, definitely check out Bridgerton. And then, yeah. And while I'm binge watching other stuff. But anywho, yeah, I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.